Today I'm going to be creating and explaining to you guys a full leg workout for you to use your next leg day. Again, I'm going to be going over things like exercise selection, the rep ranges to follow, what intensity you should be training at, what tempo you should be using, and my other notes on how to perform the movement correctly. So let's get straight into it. As per usual, you're going to want to start off with a proper warm-up. Warm-ups are important, especially on leg days, not only for avoiding injury, but for maximizing your pumps as well and making your workouts more enjoyable. So a warm-up I like to do on my lower body days is the following. Start off with a 5-minute walk on an incline treadmill and walk backwards. This will allow you to activate your quads, and it's a great way to warm up your knees as well. Then do some forward and lateral leg swings to activate the hips and the glutes. And I also make sure to roll out my legs before my workout to loosen them up. Another thing I like to do is bodyweight sissy squats and tibia raises. These are again to warm up your quads and your knees. And finally, do some bodyweight lunges with hip twists in between reps, again to activate the legs and to loosen up the spine. And now for the first working movement, dumbbell walking lunges. Dumbbell walking lunges are a great way to target your quads and your glutes. If you want to target your quads more, make sure to point your toes forward and focus on using your quads to press that weight up. And to bias the glutes, point your toes out and away from you. So instead of your quad in a forward position, flare it out a bit, and here focus on squeezing your glutes as you push the weight up. And if you want to target your upper quads, make sure you lean forward as you do your lunges. Here I want you to do 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Do these with 4-second eccentrics. So take 4 seconds to lower down the weight, then pause for 2 seconds in the stretch. So at the bottom of the movement, hold that position for 2 seconds before you press the weight up. Then squat up as fast as possible and pause for 1 second at the top. Again, this tempo is just a guideline. An alternative exercise to dumbbell walking lunges is the Bulgarian split squat. Is another exercise that I use quite often. It's just as an effective exercise. Same rep ranges apply, same tempo. It's another unilateral leg movement which is going to allow you to correct any muscle imbalances you have. And I would suggest that you start with the smaller leg first, as you will have more energy at the start of your set. Next is the lying hamstring curl. This is my favorite movement for hamstrings, and it's also a great movement to do early on in your session because it's a great warm-up for your knees as well, and it's going to make your squats, when you come onto them, feel much better and much smoother. So do 2 top sets of 10 to 12 reps and 1 back-off set of 12 to 15 reps. Spend 1 second in the stretch and 1 second in the contraction, and do not fling your reps, okay? You want to instead think about pushing your quads into the pad and dragging the weight up with your hamstrings. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel that intense contraction at the top. Next is the Smith squat. So here do 1 top set of 6 to 9 reps and 1 back off set of 10 to 12 reps. Again, slow and controlled eccentrics. Take 3 seconds to lower the weight down. And here I want you to do super continuous reps. So do not stop your reps at all. Try being constant motion at all times. Essentially, you don't pause at the top or the bottom. So as soon as you press the weight up, you come back down again. This is a great technique I found for quad growth. So as for your feet placement, stand wherever is comfortable for you, okay? Wherever you feel like you can jump the highest from. That's how I like to think of it. But if you want to activate your quads better, use a closer stance. And if you want to activate your hamstrings and your glutes more, use a wider stance. And give yourself a decent rest between sets, okay? Smith squats are very taxing. They're very draining movements. They're going to take a lot out of your energy and a lot out of you. So I'd say rest for like 5 minutes between sets. And obviously an alternative exercise to the Smith squat is going to be any other squat machines like the pendulum squat, the hack squat. These are my other 2 favorite squat variations to use. So use whatever your gym has. Next up is the leg press. Again, there are many different types of leg press machines. So use whatever is available in your gym and whatever you have access to. Same rep ranges as the Smith squat. So 1 top set of 6 to 9 reps, 1 back off set of 10 to 12 reps. Keep your legs close and low if you want to bias your inner quad, so that teardrop, and turn your feet out a bit to bias the outer quad, so the quad sweep, and place them high and wide if you want to target your hamstrings and your glutes more. On your first set, spend 2 seconds in the hole. So pause for 2 seconds at the bottom of the movement before you press the weight up. Then on your second set, do 4-second eccentrics. So again, taking 4 seconds to lower the weight, and don't let your butt come off the pad, or else this could cause lower back pain down the line. Next are quad extensions. In my opinion, this exercise is the best movement to target and to grow your quads because it completely isolates them. I personally like to keep a neutral position, keeping my legs straight on, and I really focus on contracting my upper quad. So here a mind muscle connection is very, very important. So here do 2 top sets of 10 to 12 reps and 1 back off set of 15 to 20 reps. First set, I'd say pause for 2 seconds in the contraction, really squeezing your reps at the top, then taking 3 seconds to lower the weight. Then on your second set, don't stop at all. So do continuous reps. And after your back off set, so after your lighter set, the one which you fail within 15 to 20 reps, I want you to do a 2-point rest pause. So after you fail on your last working set, rest for 10 deep breaths, then using the same weight, go again till failure, and do this twice. Next is the barbell RDL to target the hamstrings. So here, do one top set of 8 to 10 reps and one back off set of 12 to 15 reps. Take 4 seconds to lower the weight down, feeling that stretch at the bottom, holding that stretch for 2 seconds, and pulling the weight up with your hamstrings. Obviously, you can do these with dumbbells as an alternative exercise, equally as effective. You choose whatever feels more comfortable for you. You can also do these either with your knees bent slightly or stiff-legged RDLs. If you bend your knees a bit, it's going to take tension off your hamstrings and it's going to put more tension on your glutes. I personally prefer to do them stiff-legged, just keeping my legs straight. I can isolate my hamstrings much better. And if you need to, use a belt and some wrist straps for your top sets so that your forearms don't fatigue before your hamstrings. And lastly, to target the calves, is the seated calf raise. Do 2 top sets of 10 to 12 reps and one back off set of 12 to 15 reps. Spend 2 seconds in the stretch and 2 seconds in the contraction. You have to take your calf through a full range of motion and you have to feel the stretch and squeeze the contraction, go to failure, and spam them with volume for them to grow. Don't bounce up and down. Focus on pressing your calves down on the pad and not raising them. This exercise will target the lower calf very well, and something I like to do is typically I would superset each set with a bodyweight standing calf raise to target the upper calf. So once you fail on each set on your seated calf raise, find somewhere to stand on and hang off of and immediately do standing bodyweight calf raises. And once you fail on your bodyweight standing calf raises, then you rest. And that's a wrap, okay? Obviously, this is a very intense workout. I rarely complete these workouts myself, okay? If you find yourself fatiguing too quick, I would probably skip the RDLs and skip the dumbbell walking lunges and do everything else. It's still going to produce similar, if not the same results. I'm just trying to give you a variety of exercises to use. Just remember, use the slow and controlled eccentrics when training your legs in general and train very hard. Go to failure on every set you do to maximize muscle growth. And I would advise against doing a cardio session after your leg workout just because it's such an intense workout that 1, you probably won't have the energy to hop on the treadmill and do some cardio, and 2, adding cardio on top of the training itself, especially with a workout like this, can be counterproductive and can be excessive to the point where it does more harm than good. And that completes part 1 of the full push-pull leg series workouts. Let me know in the comments if you want to see part 2 with different exercises. Also, I know some of you don't do push-pull legs. Don't worry, I will be covering other workout splits, other types of workouts down the line, but do let me know in the comments which workout split you want me to cover, and like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this where I create and explain different workouts for you guys. But thank you for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. Going to be coming out with a video very soon, but until then, peace.